Okay, multiplying polynomials, we're going to use a method that is known as the FOIL method. Okay? So, FOIL is an acronym. It stands for 4 different words. We're going to put it all together here. The F in FOIL stands for the first terms. The O in FOIL stands for the outside terms. The I in FOIL stands for the inside terms. And finally, the L in FOIL stands for the last terms. Okay. So, this is a way to ensure that you multiply everything correctly. We have a question here, also known as a binomial product, where we have a term with 2 terms inside multiplied by another term. When we have brackets beside each other, we have multiplication. Okay. Now, this is technically distributive property, but this acronym helps us remember how to go about this process. So, what we mean by that is the first terms are the first terms in each bracket. Okay? So, first is telling us to multiply those 2 terms by each other. So, the very first step, we take x and we multiply it by 2x. Okay? Then we add the next set of multiplication. Outside refers to the 2 terms that are the outside. In other words, the very first term again and the very last term. These are to the outsides, okay? Consider this the farthest outside of each bracket. So we're going to be multiplying the x and the 3 in this case. Then we're going to work on the inside terms. The inside terms are obviously the opposite of the outside terms. They're the 2 farthest to the inside or the middle of these 2 terms. So when we multiply the inside terms, we're looking at 2 multiplied by 2x. And we're going to give ourselves a little room here. I'm going to move this FOIL. And finally, the last terms refers to the last terms in each bracket. In other words, the 2 multiplied by the 3. Okay. So we kind of color-coded everything here. This can look confusing. Another way to look at this, in other words to remember, is I'm going to take the first term and I'm going to multiply it by both of the other terms in the brackets. Okay? And that would be first terms and outside terms. And I'm going to take the second term in the first bracket and multiply it by both of the other 2, which would be the insides and the last terms. Okay? Essentially, it's like distributive property, but instead of having only 1 term to multiply by both, we have 2 terms to do it. Okay, we're going to simplify, and then we'll go through that method, a simpler way of going about this. So let's solve each of these multiplications. What is x times 2x? 2x squared, okay? Not just 2x. What is x times 3? So positive 3x. What is 2 times 2x? 4x. And finally, 2 times 3? 6. Okay. Now we take a look at what we have here. Do I have any sets of like terms? What are they? 3x and 4x are like terms. The 2x squared is the only term of its kind, and the 6, or the constant, is the only term of its kind. These exponents are both to the power of 1, so we can combine them. We can add the coefficients, which are the 2 terms in front of each. The other terms have to stay the exact same because they have no like terms. So we're left with 2x squared. What's 3x plus 4x? 7x plus 6. Okay? This is known as expanding and simplifying. Okay? So we expanded. Okay? This was our expanding step, or also known as this. And then our simplifying, expanding and simplifying. Oh my. There you go. This is our simplifying, where we collected our 2 like terms. That is all there is to multiplying binomial pairs.